I am streaming Final Fantasy XIII.
Oh, interesting. Choice.
But I think me streaming broke my internet once, and I'm trying to test something.
Yeah, I finally got all the components for the computer I'm going to be building, and I considered, although quickly just like decided it was ridiculous. They make a motherboard architecture chip that I have. It actually has a separate like CPU built into the board. It's a board level CPU for streaming purposes. So you can like, it like has like an offload thing to do like a little streaming. Yeah. I was like, that seems, and then I was like, that seems like wildly unnecessary.
It's awesome though.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like, if it was an extra $20, I would have been like, there were lots of other bells and whistles that I didn't care about. Yeah! That, like, anyway, now I'm just super excited to get on the phone. I also discovered quite interestingly that there's a random ass website that came from a PC Project figure. So when I checked everything on eBay, it ended up having just like for some reason or other. Yeah. 13 final hallway.
Yeah.
I bet you can get some watchers for that.
Not yet. I mean, like, I can't. People say I'm like dying. Everyone says press A to win. It probably is, but I'm too stupid. I'm like dying. A lot. It's become hard. And I cannot figure it out.
Maybe it's just the relative ease, right? Like, maybe
I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, it all of a sudden got really difficult.
Yeah.
But I've never heard anyone say that before, so it's probably just me.
I don't know. I doubt that. Pretty good at most video games. Although, I mean, I think you fall into the same trap we all do, right? Which is they're just like you get stuck on a thing and like it can cause problems for you. I've had that happen a gajillion times where I'm like, oh, this thing is supposed to be super easy, but like turns out it's a lot harder than I thought because I don't know what I'm doing for this like one part. I think that's the most articulated for puzzlers. I don't know if you've had that experience.
Yeah, I have.
Where like, but I think it's unique for each player, right? Like everybody gets hung up at a different point.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
Like I was just watching my wife play a game that I really like called Wine on my phone.
Okay.
L-Y-N-E. And it's a really simple game, but it's really, really fun. Kind of like Sudoku Scramble in some ways. Like, it's not exactly, but I think that that's maybe the best analogy to make for anyway, like, and she likes Sudoku fairly well, so I thought, yeah, you know, this would be right up her alley.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, you know, there were certain puzzles where, like, we both get stuck because they're, like, introducing a new way to think about the structure of the game. But then there were other times where it was just like, yeah, like, that really messed me up and you just powered right through it in, like, half a second. So it was interesting to see the different ways that they're playing through it. So I've made a decision as to what we should do. You need to help me figure out the best way to implement this. We've been talking for a while about doing a commentary on some game. I'd like to play through Final Fantasy X.
Okay. It's like 90 hours minimum, isn't it?
Yeah, but that just gives us a huge series of, like, stuff. And, like, I think we can do it right. And then maybe, like, cut some of the stuff out, too.
Oh, of course, we'd have to. But yeah, I get it.
Down. Oh. I will say this is the 4th run in a row I've had with 2 melee and a scholar. And it makes it really
probably
hard
pretty.
for,
I'm gonna say it's probably easy.
Well, the final boss is pretty easy because you can search through it all. That's apparently everybody's strategy now anyway, is you just fucking DPS
okay.
mechanics.
Wasn't that so nice?
Yeah, well, so I know I exactly understand the Final Boss's mechanics. I've had to do this a few times with new players. So the deal is that you take a fair amount of AoE damage if you don't go under, you know, if you don't execute the mechanic. But the real issue is that he applies a stacking and debuff to you. And so the next time you don't go under, you take an increasing amount of damage that's like nauseatingly huge, right? So basically, you can't get through that exerting it unless your DPS is really high. But if it is, it's not really that big a deal. Now, having said that, it's still sort of advantageous to just not do that because I feel like the extra stacks make it harder on the healer and so it should be DPS straight up. So, like, I don't really understand the argument with not executing that mechanic. You know what I mean?
But to burn through it, yeah. Laziness is the argument. I guess.
Yeah. Well, or failure, right? Like if somebody makes a mistake.
Yeah.
And that's like maybe the less cynical way to view it, which is probably the inaccurate
That's
way.
true. No, that's true.
Because like if you're counting on somebody being able to click on the buttons and they don't click on them, it's an issue. But yeah, like But I had to do a bunch of groups. There's a group I had with like somebody that had like less than 3,000 health.
Yeah, that's
I don't even,
wow.
like I don't even know what gear you're wearing. Like I don't even think it's like level 50 gear. That's
Yeah.
like the first dungeon you did when you hit level 50 somehow. Like.
Well, I find it hard to believe because that was like that didn't come along until the game had been out for an entire year, I think.
Right.
But,
Yeah, so I'm not really sure.
I don't know.
I mean, the cast time is like 10 seconds, so I guess you get 10 or no, but that's not even really true because it only really affects like one person's ability to DPS for a couple seconds while they click on like two things, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're probably right, Blaze.
Maybe.
But yeah, that was the one where I ended up actually doing all the doors.
Yeah.
It was like nobody knew how to do it right, and like the healer who said he'd do it eventually couldn't do it. He kept messing it up. And then the first time we tried to do it, I told everyone to not DPS the boss while I marked all the doors because he asked me to mark them for him. And then they immediately ripped aggro. And of course, it was the guy who had like 3,000 hit points or whatever, so he couldn't tank it. So anyway.
Right.
So the first time I like marked all the doors and we didn't get it, and then the second time I just didn't mark anything and ran around and did it.
Smells fishy, and I'm gonna find it. All right, I got it. We sneak. Just too much to ask to cut me one break, isn't it?
Come and get it!
I appreciate it.
Some sweet jazz music in this boss battle, it's amazing.
That's good. I'm starting to get like
I appreciate it.
very I don't know. I don't really have a way to explain this. I'm starting to get kind of entranced, I guess, maybe by the music in this
I
dungeon.
appreciate it.
Lost City? I can't believe you still have your game music on.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it's
Like,
good, but I mean, shit, what was that? When you hear it like 8 hours a day for a couple of years, sometimes you want to hear something different.
Yeah, but I mean, sort of the truth is, like, one, I haven't really ran all these dungeons that much because I didn't, you know, have the experience that you, the same experience that you did, where you had to like kind of grind through them
Well,
multiple times, right?
I guess it's only because at one point all of them were expert roulette,
Right, yeah.
so that's
And then the
why it makes you do it at all of them once a day, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And then you also kind of ground through them for soldiery when you need
Right.
to get soldiery gear and all that kind of stuff. So you've been through them a lot more than I have. And then the other thing is, like, for me, there's just so much content and so many different like musical scores,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's true. There's a lot. Holy shit.
So like I don't mind leaving the sound on most of the time because that actually now I'm really motivated to pony farm because I found out that the
Music's
ponies
great.
are gonna have their music.
Oh, really? Oh, that would be really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, the devs actually posted a thing on the official forum saying that they're gonna do that. So now I really, really want to pony farm Titan X.
Titan? No. Ew. Shiba music. Hello.
Oh come on, the Titan music is just
No,
ridiculous.
that's for white people.
Yeah, Shiva's the easy answer, I guess. Titan's
Or Rama is my favorite though.
is it? Interesting.
Yeah. It's
We'll
great
have to
music.
farm that.
I
Junior
can.
Clear. You can.
Oh my god.
Step 1, play some games with Kevin. Step 2, profit. Have you spent a lot of time trying Ramu, or?
No. Just got kicked from a couple parties and never went back.
Interesting.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Did you go with healer?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna wait for DPSQ. It's just like a couple hours, I think.
Yeah, I guess the reason I was asking is I wondered if you went as tank.
Oh hell no, never.
Yeah, that is the hardest fight I've had to tank probably. I don't know, turn 12 is pretty gnarly too.
I was gonna say it doesn't sound right. Okay.
Yeah. So no, I mean, like, actually, you know what? The hardest fight I've had to tank was turn 5. Probably without question.
That doesn't sound right.
The thing about turn 9 is when you solo tank it, it's really difficult, but it's kind of pretty scripted. Like, for the tank at least. You basically get to a point where you can sort of do all the stuff, and you know when it's going to happen. Like, there's not really a whole lot of surprises. But with turn 5, there are just a bunch of things that are like, you know, maybe it's like, I think the way that you dodge dive bombs is less consistent, and so they're more likely to create all these like weird things, and then like the second to last phase before the burn phase is really crazy with like you know, those Death Knight things that are like killing people if they get to them, and then the tornadoes, and like that's one of the more difficult things that I've had to do, just dealing with that. Although now that I say that, I'm considering if it would have been easier if I had had people on like speakers calling out the tornadoes and whatnot. But yeah, probably turn 5 or turn 9, and then turn 12, and then Odin. Or not Odin, Ramu. Ramu's still really fucking hard. I don't want to minimize Ramu. Yeah, that's actually one thing I find very interesting. And maybe I can get like your thoughts on that. I don't really entirely have an experience in the same way that you have. I find that like even in the time that I've been playing, as gear increases, like the difficulty of primal seems to drop like
That's just like any MMO. You get better, you have more HP, you can like not get one shot by a boss ability. All of a sudden you can do it because you don't have to dodge it anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it, right? I don't know. The numbers go up, but the boss numbers stay the same. I mean, like, this is it.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of stuff about like the primal that's like execution based, you know? Yeah.
Some of it, but like on Titan, I couldn't take one plume or instant death by one.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was only ever able to do it when I could get hit by one and not die much later.
Right. Sort of one of the advantages of playing the tank, I suppose. A lot of these one-shot abilities.
It would, when we were with our artifact gear, it would all but one-shot a tank. It was pretty close. Because the tank was like 4K, a pound was like 4K.
That's really close.
Then like a healer is like 2K.
Cool down through it if you know.
Yeah, probably. Yes, there's that.
hop, skip, and a jump.
So I have
and
found
we're
an
in
absolutely
Nautilus.
foolproof way to keep people from killing the ranch Whamoras more than one time.
Yeah.
After they do it the first time, I
If
just
only
sit
we were
down in the
dreaming
middle
up
of the
those
arena with the
clouds.
boss circling around me, and then wait a couple seconds, and then type out a thing that says, you know,
Yeah.
just like, so, please let me kill them before, you know, like, please let me kill the ranch Remora, and like,
Yeah.
and or like, don't target them or something. And that's usually sufficient for people to like stop. I've had the other one where like I just like type it out like and then don't do anything, and people just keep DPSing and don't even pay attention to party chat.
Of
So, like,
course,
when I
yeah.
sit down in the middle and just like don't grab anything and just let them look at me, like
Yeah, that
instead
will
of paying
tell
attention
them.
to party chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, like pay attention to party chat for a second. This is important. Oh, Darklight Band is striking. It's a thing that I will literally never need.
I level 70, bro. Oh god, I need...
Yes. Didn't even recognize that. I got a bard with me this time. I'm a little concerned though, because I'm queuing for 4 dungeons, and this is the only one I'm getting pops for. Which means the other 3 are likely not. No, you idiot! Alright, whatever. I'm gonna die.
Just gonna run and take a look ahead.
I can see why I thought they were called roach, because they look like freaking bugs.
Yeah, no, I actually like thought you were
It's
right,
like, yeah,
and then I had this
yeah.
weird sort of like thing.
Because you were reading it.
Yeah. Well, I also have dyslexia, so like very mild,
What?
but
No,
I do.
you
have
don't.
it. Yeah, I do actually.
No, that's just a lie.
I don't suppose there's a hole anywhere in this fence.
You have a law degree, there's no way.
Spell check, man.
Still, that's like 1,500 pages of legal reading, like, per day.
Huh?
Like, how do you do
Yeah,
that?
I know. You get really good at it. I mean, like
Then,
I mean, my whole thing about I have this very I don't know. I have this very intense belief that like you know, limitations are legitimate limitations. Like they're not not real or something
Yeah.
like that, right?
You can board the ship
But I
over
also
yeah, I
sort
was
of
just
believe
kidding.
that
Mm.
yeah, but I also sort of believe that you can like eliminate those limitations by working at them, right? Like, and maybe you're never going to be as good at that thing as someone who doesn't have that limitation, but like, I think a lot of times people use that as like a
Yeah.
crutch,
Yeah.
or like a justification for why they're not doing things well. So like, yeah, it's like that for me. Like I'm mostly okay with it, but I don't think I ever would have graduated college if not
When
for
it rains around here, it pours.
like Microsoft
And it
Word.
rains some more.
Like if I
Jeez.
lived during a time where they didn't have that, like I would have failed in numerous papers because of
Why wouldn't I?
my
Look at
inability
this
to
mess
spell
it's
things
gotten us all
correctly
into.
and sort of proofread
Of course.
effectively.
It's not
Because
to
like
say I always
there's 2 levels of proofreading that I have to do for everything I write. There's like a spelling proofread, which you know
Seems
spell
fishy.
check just takes care
all
of that,
that
right?
sanctum ranting about the threat from
And then
Pulse.
there's a like a word transposition thing.
Only a matter of time
Pretty
before
notably,
they
in
strike.
high school, it was actually really funny. I
Most
once
of
got
infested
credit on a
monsters.
paper for transposing 2
Scare
words
after
into
scare.
kind of a creative and
I need a
interesting,
shred of proof.
like different a different turn of phrase than is
Tired
typically
old
used.
cynics like me?
It wasn't creative
You
or
don't just
clever. It
swallow
was
that
me
tablet.
putting the wrong words in the wrong order because
No,
I do that
not me.
sometimes.
I figured the
Yeah.
sanctum was up to something crooked.
So,
At least until I got dragged in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now that I think about it, all this purge business, it really only happened because Dodge found that pulse Fal'Cie.
You're wrong.
Oh,
Don't blame him. It was all...
Yeah, you're right.
So I had a question to ask you if
It was
you
that
have
scum
the
from Pulse
time
behind
to
it.
respond. I don't know how the Final Fantasy is going right now.
Hold on 1 second, I'm in a
I might
cutscene.
as well have tried to stop the rain. I fought the tears, but they still fell.
You're getting soaked.
I'll be fine. It's only water.
Jesus Christ, the graphics in these cutscenes. They're amazing.
Gorgeous.
I don't know. It's not too different from the actual game.
Attention all units. This is Director
That was
Ross.
actually sort of the first thing I thought of when I saw the Microsoft HoloLens technology. Is I was like, I don't think it would be that difficult to transpose this into some kind of like first-person shooter-enabled holographic reality.
The peace and stability we have
Yeah?
worked
Which is,
so
I
hard
suspect,
to
why they
maintain
bought Minecraft.
will be nothing but
Probably.
memory.
They've demoed Minecraft with the HoloLens, I think.
Holds the
It's like one of their main
secret
demos.
way of life. They must be
Have they
eliminated.
allowed people to demo the HoloLens already?
Not people, like they have their person demo it on stage.
That is all.
Oh yeah.
That's all they've done.
Yeah, well, they did a pretty recent demo
Citizens.
in which they equipped the camera with all the HoloLens technology.
Yeah, so you could see like the, and then I saw it was like a guy in a room and he pulled up Skype and he puts it on the wall or something.
Begin operations
I saw
So
that.
that's the only like actual
Demo, I guess, yeah.
We can make
view
it.
we've got. Yeah.
Get to the
But
station.
I
they
guess
have,
it's just
like,
seen
simulated
images.
it, right?
Right.
Yeah, they've
think it's still
simulated
running?
it.
I've seen pictures, I think.
Well, if it isn't, we'll make it run.
Then punch straight into the heart of the sanctum? Now you're
Ability to
thinking
enter
like
the
a
wrong
pulse see.
uses.
Well, this is Operation Nora. It's not just Snow I'm after. The Sanctum's gotta pay too. Hey, you're the one who said we had to fight. Every minute we waste, we're tempting fate. There's some underground tunnels not far from here. I used to play in them when I was a kid. No one uses the
hoping
entrance
for it.
anymore, so even the army doesn't know about it. But I know where it is. We can sneak in under their noses.
Sounds good.
Great. Here we go.
Huh. No more rivalries now. Psychom's brought in the Guardian Corps.
Okay. There's an old drainage pipe. We can use it to avoid being seen. The tunnel entrance is a little further up.
Okay, cutscene over. Did you want to ask me something, or what was the deal?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Follow me!
Sorry, I was ragging on the Dragoon in our party. Yeah, so Carly and I were discussing global poverty a little bit the last couple days. It's come up in a couple different
Okay.
There's a couple different discussion topics, and I just thought you might have like a little bit of a unique perspective, having kind of traveled around the world in actuality, right?
Sure. Although, albeit
So
it was, you know, 20 years ago. But
yeah, that's true. But you sort of grew up in a lot of different places and have a lot of varied perspectives, right? So I mean, like, I think it came up for us in discussing the kind of like HoloLens technology, because like Carly was like, "That's just terrifying," which was my initial response. Like, not like this thing is the coolest technology.
That was my response. This is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I think that we've reached a point, like an apex of an apex in our bell curves for like being able to accept technology. We're just getting too old, right? Like, and it'll happen to you eventually, maybe.
Okay,
maybe
all right.
Exception of the rule. Like, I'm just like, that's just terrifying to me. Like, I don't know how to deal with it. I mean, it is ultimately really cool, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it, but like, it's just kind of freaky. But her comment was like, you know, it's a hard thing to, you know, obviously there's a complex reason for this, but it's a hard thing to kind of swallow as, oh yeah, we've developed this way to make the world virtualized and better when, like, you know, people are starving in their nations and stuff, and, you know, like, there's global poverty and illiteracy and, you know, infant death is at a very high level in other countries. And I know that you didn't necessarily travel to a lot of what we would consider to be second or third world countries.
Are you kidding me? I grew up in Manila in the Philippines. Didn't live in poverty, but yeah, that's where I call home. Kind of still think of it as home. I don't know, dude. Like, you can think of it this way. Even building a space shuttle to go to the moon in the 60s ended up having wide-reaching technological ramifications in healthcare and food production and even like business administration. And all of these things, I guess, develop the human race in some way. So you're absolutely right. Immediately, it is a complete waste of money and time and energy, kind of. If you want to compare it to something like world hunger, for God's sakes. But who's to say 150 years down the road, maybe this is some link in a really long causal chain of events that will lead to a positive outcome.
Yeah. I mean,
so regardless of the technological development, the fact of the technological development, I guess, I think has potential to be more positive. I mean, even the nuclear bomb, which we use to nuke a country, which is like arguably like the greatest sin we've committed with technology, still had benefits to the program of creating the nuke. And like we learned about computers and processing power and communications and and also nuclear energy, right? Right, which, absolutely.
Has been kind of lambasted because of like NIMBY reasons and all that kind of stuff, but now we're revisiting it because while it does create pollution that is tangible, it just so happens to be like
it's not burning fucking coal.
Right.
It's nothing like that.
As an alternative, it might actually be better in some ways than like coal, because
certainly the effects are not as immediate. Where we had school canceled in the Philippines because of acid rain. And we used to have one acid rain day per year. We'd have like a couple instead of snow days, we had hurricane days and then some acid rain days.
That's crazy.
I mean, like, it just kind of stings. Like, it would definitely sting your eyes. It wasn't like highly acidic where like it's melting your skin, but
it's probably like wildly unhealthy too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It was just acidic water. It's kind of like it was raining orange juice. It's kind of what it felt like.
Oh God, that sounds terrifying.
Well, it was like the rain was kind of like sticky. Anyway, yeah, I mean,
that's gnarly.
If you want to make the argument, like, should the people working on the HoloLens right now go figure out a way to transport water through Africa? Probably. I mean, yeah, they probably should.
I mean, in some ways,
but...
we fail to imagine the like complex, you know, systems complexity though, right? It's like
Right.
those people can't, right? Like their skill set is not.
It's the exact same argument
failure to
for
produce.
this, like, the space race is a waste of money. It's stupid. Who cares about space? What's up there? Nothing's gonna help me. Like, that's obviously the wrong side of the argument to be on. I think, to me. I would assume it is for you as well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And I don't think any.
So I think
sort
it
of make,
falls
I
under
think
that
either-
domain, like the HoloLens technology. It's the same thing.
Yeah, same kind of thing.
It'd be my same response to people who say this space program, NASA's a waste of money or whatever.
Yeah, and to be fair, I don't think like anybody was exactly making that argument, right?
Okay.
It was more that Carly was saying like it's hard to kind of stomach this concept of
Given the...
yeah.
It's hard to see that this exists given the fact that, okay, the other
there are
parts of the
people
world
that
are
are-
so... Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's certainly sad. Yeah.
But I mean, so with your perspective, what I was sort of really interested in was like, how bad is it? And I mean, like, it seems like
Take the depths of human depravity and imagine it 10 times worse. I mean, like... And it's not just a third world country, you could find that anywhere in the entire planet.
but it seems to be worse in those kind of places where.
Perhaps on a larger scale? Perhaps it's more visible? Yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah, you know, like I spent a lot of time in New York City. I never saw someone in New York City lying on a blanket with no arms and legs with a cup next to them begging for money. But I saw more than one of those in the Philippines, so I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so, in terms of like cognitive dissonance, like how do you grapple with that like knowledge? Like, because I mean, I think that I would struggle a lot more with it if I you know had witnessed it firsthand, right?
Yeah, I mean, some of it helped because I was a kid, I suppose. So I had rose-colored glasses to a point. I probably would, if I went back as an adult, would notice a lot more. I would assume. Yeah, I don't know. It's not exactly like going through a war zone, but plenty of soldiers see terrible things.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's a few 100,000 of those.
Yeah, but like war is something that.
But it's not like my physical life was in danger. It's not like post-traumatic stress, but it's like, I don't know. Like I've seen a cow be butchered. Like that image will always be in my brain and never leave. And sometimes it comes back, but like it doesn't make me feel sick or anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm just callous.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's sort of a thing that people need to be callous to, personally.
Yeah.
Like, because at least if you eat meat.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Like, you need to understand where it comes from and what that means. Like, and to some point, like I think our lives have been desensitized to a point that's unhealthy, right? Like, we don't even recognize what it looks like to kill the food that we're gonna eat, you know?
Right. Sure.
But like,
yeah, I don't know.
at the same time,
Tough question.
Yeah,
I don't know how
I
to
mean,
answer it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just thought it'd be interesting to get your perspective, being somebody that is kind of, well, I didn't think about the Philippines thing, which I remember you've told me about.
Yeah,
before,
yeah,
but-
sure, at some point, but whatever, yeah. I lived in Dubai, but that stuff's pretty hidden in Dubai, because it's a city of all wealthy foreigners.
Well, yeah, I don't think Dubai counts,
No.
certainly doesn't count as a third world country.
No, it's not. Well, actually, the country, I think technically is the United Arab Emirates, but Dubai's just a small emirate, a city within.
Yeah, because they're kind of like city-states a little bit, right?
Right,
Like,
yeah,
not
they're like
exactly-
city-states, yeah, and just massive stretches of desert in between. But the country is in wild poverty, but that's primarily because they got like a pseudo slave trade going on. They just import labor from mostly India, a lot from the Philippines, a lot from Pakistan, and then they have makeshift tenement houses, makeshift barracks that they sleep in and do everything, service industry, industrial, construction.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard like construction-wise, if you're a U.S. worker that's willing to like go over there for a couple of years, you can make insane bank.
Yes. Oh,
That's
yeah.
one of the things that I've heard is like you have to deal with the fact like since you're a skilled laborer, it's different, like, because like they need your expertise, right?
Well, very practically, all their laborers are Indian, and Indians understand English, but not Arabic. So Americans who happen to be there doing all this oil business realized, hey, I can direct a team of 50 Indian guys.
Right.
And then that makes like, just very practically, makes you highly valuable.
Right.
Certainly your experience in the construction industry, would be...
Yeah, there's that, and then there's also, like, skilled labor versus unskilled labor, right? Like, just general knowledge of, like, fucking strength of materials and simple stuff makes you, like, a pretty ridiculous commodity over there. But you have to deal with the fact that you're basically working with slaves, right?
Right, pretty much, yeah.
And, like, they have policies and procedures in place that really limit anything you could do to potentially help them out. Like, the only way you can get yourself into trouble is try to, like, go above and beyond with those sort of, like, almost untouchable people, right?
Yeah.
I've read some articles about that. But, yeah, I don't know. I think part of it comes from just curiosity about, you know, how the world works for other people. But at the same time, part of it, I think, comes from, like, sort of a desire in Carly's part and mine to find ways to, like, you know, help more.
That's awful noble of you.
Well, I mean, so I'm a huge believer in not helping for the sake of help, right? Like, I honestly believe if you give a man a fish, that kind of thing, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, but I think there's a big difference between the kind of person that would just ask for a fish and take a fish and doesn't want to learn how to fish, and someone that, you know, wants to learn how to fish and will take the time to do that. But what I think is interesting is in third world countries, there are all kinds of people that want to learn how to fish, right? Like, they're really interested in ways to, like, make their country better and, you know, be better people, and I don't know. So it's one of the reasons why I think the Gates Foundation is really interesting, because, like, their whole approach to charity is to target third world countries by virtue of essentially the impact that's derived from that charity, right? Like, you can get the most bang for your buck in a third world country, quite literally.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's really, just basically really awful. Do they have running water in the Philippines?
They have what?
Running water? For the most part?
So, I mean, if you have... Yes
money.
And no. Yeah, if you have money, yeah. I mean, there's just... Like, Manila specifically is a city with, like, 8-10 million people. And there's just long stretches of shacks or people basically living in streets, kind of under tin roof. Big problem was they would keep getting struck by lightning because they had this really cheap, I guess it's like scrap aluminum, something like that, but all the shacks seem to be made out of. And, like, yeah, there's just a very large amount of beggars, I guess. Like, you know, you have it in the United States here where, like, one guy will come up to your car at a stoplight, but instead of one, it's 25, 30 people at every stoplight. And just like when the cars all stop, then a crowd swarms in. Kind of.
Yeah.
So just a lot more people, I guess.
I saw that a similar thing to that, although it wasn't like begging exactly. In
or they come sell things, like sell cigarettes, or like yeah. That happens in Mexico too. There'd be a combination. Women would come up to the car and like hold their baby, and the baby would sometimes have like boils and giant growths and like look really horrible. I think, yeah, the rumor was that, like, it wasn't their baby, or they would have one baby that was really gross that they would pass around to try and use to solicit money. But whatever the case, it's not a good situation.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like it would ever be a good situation. That
Nope.
kind of.
I don't know if this is a good idea. I'm gonna dump all my scrap into this weapon for this main character. I think it's gonna bite me in the ass, but I'm gonna do it anyway. No, you know what? Maybe not. That was dumb. This game is weird. You know, to launch standard. It's got this really strange, like, characters don't have a level, kind of, but your gear does. So you have to, like, dismantle old gear and kind of, it disenchants into all this scrap, but, like, every single piece of scrap has lore behind it. It's like torn leather, and it's like, you go for a description of it, and it gives you nothing about no information to help you decide what to do with it. It's just like the leather from the scaly hide of a thornback, like, whatever, in this region of the world. And you're like, okay, should I use this to upgrade my sword or my gun? Because it works for both. Just zero information. Probably something I have to look up anyway. I have to be right back. Get something to drink.
Sure.
Alright, I'm back. You still there?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I was just thinking. Here's something interesting about Dubai. So I was there in 97 through 2000, right? And everyone lived right by the American school. I don't know why, but there's like, basically around the American school, there was an oil company built a bunch of ranch-style American homes and even planted grass. There was no grass, there's only sand. But this American oil company like built a bunch of one-story ranch homes. So there's a bunch of those by the school, and they also built the school. But then, out sort of further back, for the richer people, they built a ton of these like ridiculous. I mean, not mansion per se, like in the media sense of mansion, but like they're pretty ridiculously opulent houses. And so I lived in a block where they had built 10 of these. They were like 3 stories tall, had a swimming pool, and a jacuzzi, and like my bedroom was probably like 500 square feet, 400 square feet. No, that's too much. Probably more like 100, but it was huge. It was huge. It's like 4 or 5 times the size of the room I'm sitting in right now. But
Okay.
we were the only ones. They built 10 of these. We occupied 1. All other 9 were empty. They were empty the entire 3 years I was there. In fact, most of my neighborhood was a bunch of empty mansions, which was really weird. I don't know if the government was constructing them for like, because they anticipated a massive increase in like foreign business, I suppose.
This was in Dubai?
Yeah, in Dubai.
Yeah,
I think
they actually built the infrastructure
right
ahead of
the business, right? So like in high school, it was our house, and then like it's a giant wall ran around all these houses, and there were individual walls in between each unit, but you could like hop over them. And so once you enter the gate, you're into like my house's neighborhood, and my family was the only one that lived in the house. All other 9 mansions were empty. And they remained empty the 3 years I was there. So we quickly found a way in as high schoolers to break into those empty houses and play tennis inside, and broke windows and rollerbladed, and played a game called Fireball, where we lit a tennis ball on fire and then kind of chucked it or hit it with tennis rackets at each other. And it left black tar scorch marks all over the walls of those houses. Pretty crazy, thinking back on it. But yeah, there's a ton of like huge houses that were all empty. We almost lived in one that was right behind a zoo, but then the realtor made the mistake of showing us that. Well, I don't think the realtor cared. Basically, the realtor was like, "Here's these 30 empty houses. Pick whichever one you want." But
Nice.
we almost lived behind a zoo, but we were seeing the house at like 6 p.m. and all the lions started to like roar. I could hear it. And my mom was like, I don't want to live behind a zoo.
And he was like, "That's cool. I got plenty more houses to show you."
Yeah, exactly. Now, I was like 14 years old. I was like, hell yeah, zoo? That sounds awesome. Lions roaring all the time? I was kind of pissed. I wanted the zoo house.
I bet you did.
But yeah, probably would have got old after a while. But yeah, it's just a little crazy tidbit. I don't know if those houses are still empty, but like, it was very strange. And then my friend, now he had a huge mansion that was at the end of the street, and his father was like basically the CEO of McDonald's in the Middle East. Like, I'm one of the higher-ups executives at McDonald's. So they had a ridiculous amount. Well, they must have. Their house was insane. It's freaking insane. They had 4 kids, and each kid had basically an apartment complex, like a full kitchen, 2 baths, a couple bedrooms. It was like each child had one. So you didn't go to Gregory's room as a kid. You went to Gregory's apartment. And his brother lived at the apartment next door. But they're all connected to the same quote-unquote house. It's pretty cool when we got to sleep over at Gregory's. We got to choose like our own apartments because I had a few empty ones too. It's like, you know, in regular American kids, when you have a sleepover, it's like, here's a sleeping bag on the floor. For me, it was like, okay, well, your kitchen's over here, and here's your bathroom. Yeah, pretty ridiculous. I exaggerate a little, but not too much. I have pictures somewhere.
The way into the tunnels is over there.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. But now I have an Oculus Rift, so I can just download an apartment mansion to live in. Okay, these troops are weak to lightning. See, what I did in this game is I started playing the game and I went to the tutorial and it was like, upgrade your weapon with spare parts. And I dumped every single spare part I had into the main character's weapon. I did not realize that as you play through the game, you will not always have the main character in your party. So I wasted all my upgrade potential on one character, and when I encounter other parts of the game, they're very difficult.
Ah, I see.
I think
So it's just a
I'm discovering
misunderstanding early on.
discovering that's what I did. Well, the tutorial was like, use your spare parts, and I was like, fuck yeah! So I dumped all my spare parts and all my money into the main character's sword.
Oh, I gotcha. Which was awesome for a little bit.
Which was awesome for a little bit until I got to the next chapter and the main character was not there, and I was like, oh fuck. The game did not tell me it was going to do
Bad
that.
step and we're goners.
So you had like an Eris moment where you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I like
exactly.
ground up forever and I got Eris's limit break and this is gonna, oh
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
When she,
Yeah.
she
Dude,
dies.
when she died in my first time I played that, I had like some super expensive thing that I bought her, and just like,
Come on,
I didn't get it
Light
back in your inventory or nothing. If she's wearing it and she dies, it's gone.
Yeah, yeah. Materia.
Yeah, yeah, oh my god, yeah, it was the materia, it must have been.
No,
I don't know.
I think you actually got her materia back.
Maybe. Whatever it
But the
was,
items.
I remember reading a walkthrough and said, make sure you strip Ares naked before she dies.
That seems appropriate. It's
Right.
very Asian, right?
Yeah. Well, in your first playthrough, you don't know she's gonna die.
Right.
I just found 3 lengths of fiber optic cable.
Sweet. You can use that to fiber your optics.
Probably upgrade the sword. I don't care what people say about this game. This game's fucking good. I don't see why people complain. It's like insanely beautiful.
Just want different things from the game, probably.
I
than-
guess it's good. It's not a game I would play all day, every day, like StarCraft or GTA or something, but it's still a good fucking
Good
game.
call.
I just met Sid in this game. They introduced Sid as a villain who captures one of your main characters. But I have a feeling he's going to turn out to be good, probably. Did you see the Sid in 15? You know how every Final Fantasy has a Sid?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see what the Sid is in FF15, the new one coming out? It's a really hot chick with pigtails and huge boobs.
Oh, nice. That's fantastic.
It's the first female Sid in any Final Fantasy game ever, and she's like
I can do this.
got full pouty red lips and massive boobs. There was a little bit of backlash against it being ridiculous, but come on, it's Japan, people.
Keep up with me, Hope. Nothing personal. Follow my lead, Hope. Come on, Light.
Turn is so infuriating.
Watch my back.
So,
Follow my lead.
turn 10 is like an exercise in pedantry. That's all it is. It's like the most fucking ridiculous fight tank. Because, like, you don't have to do anything particular.
Come on, Light. Thanks.
Do shit accurately, and I just need it. No, I recovered. It's frustrating. It's like, really, you want me to like execute this guy has to be positioned in this exact position, are we white? Okay, I guess that's fine, I guess. I don't know. So it's a really weird fight. Actually, it's fairly hard to guess killers, though. Maybe I'm just jealous that I'm mechanics.
Keep up with me, Hope.
What? What the fuck am I supposed to do?
It ends.
Wow.
We're almost there, aren't we? Talk about close calls. I think we made it past all the guards.
God damn, this game's gorgeous.
love games that do that well.
I know. they were a little heavy-handed with it earlier. You go to this really scenic place, and the character's like, he's like, I know we shouldn't rest, but now's the time I wish I had a camera. And like, he has all these comments about how great the view is. But it went on for like 5 minutes. I was like, okay, I get it. You designers spend a lot of time on this level.
Only kids like me know about that entrance.
It was really good though.
Which is every level in that game, though,
They'll
right?
canvas the whole tunnel system.
Kind of. This one was like particularly amazing.
So,
It's a
where's
giant
this
mountain
thing come
top
out
with a
anyway?
huge draw distance. Swing trees like for miles.
I don't really know for sure.
We'll find out today.
That's cool.
It was a cool overlook.
Every off-tank that does this does it different, and it's always weird. So there's this one job in Turn 10 that I've never had to do before. And it's because it's fairly hard, and every other tank that I went with is more experienced than I am. So understandably, they're the ones that want to do it. And that's totally cool. But it does mean that I have no experience doing this thing that's extremely hard, which is kind of concerning, because it's not like a thing that I'll never be asked to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the problem is everybody does it a little differently. So I don't really know.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway. I have digressed. I care more about your draw distance, to be quite honest. I really want to see that game.
You can turn on my stream on your other monitor if you want. Currently I'm reading the codex though. I'll be back to the level in a minute.
Yeah, I won't be able to watch it.
No, I know that, but...
I'm being stupid and tanking things. They're hard. This tank that I'm with this time is much less good than the previous tank I was with. Good.
When you read the codex in this game, it's crazy because it provides all this like emotional justification for the main character's actions that's just completely lost if you don't read this stuff. Which I didn't know until I started playing it again today. I was like, holy shit, there's so much
Automated Nutriculture.
info in this thing.
Oh, fuck. Please don't heat lightning. Please don't heat lightning hit the tank.
I think I remember learning about this in school. Oh, good, we got through it. Let's sigh. This is what it looks like down here.
Oh, look at these mobs. There's oozes low construction nets. Lol, they're called Flanators, like the janitor. This is hilarious.
That was not the drop I was looking for. Double kilo drop.
Flanators, yeah. Like the dessert flan, they're like a blob enemy. They have some kind of hat. And it's very annoying. They're healing it. They just stand there and heal each other, and it's probably something you're supposed to do.
Time to switch it up. Good call. Come on, Mike. Follow my lead. Keep up with me, Hope. Easy.
So do you wanna
It's the city's food production fallacy.
at some time soonish, do you wanna
Name's Carbuncle.
take another shot at turn 9,
That's one of our enemies.
Not tonight.
Being sanctum and all.
or you kind of...
So
No,
I
no,
don't know.
I wasn't thinking tonight.
kill him and cut off the food supply.
I think it would have to be a night where I get on a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
I think people have enough reason to hate
We
us,
can
don't
get
you?
like other fill-in spots.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think if you get a party finder
Hungry
up
people make
earlier,
for angry people.
there's a pretty good chance we can get like a group together. But if we get it up a little bit later, it's gonna be hard because
Why don't we use that as a landmark?
there's so few people on, and everybody wants to farm final turn right now. It's like the shit people want to do, right? only do it to try to get some experience. It's even hard for me to do, like, even just like legit get into a turn 12. No one's interested in teaching anyone at this point. Everyone's just like, I want my gear.
I don't understand why. You should not care about it at all. It only lasts for another month.
That's the thing that, we're just like hard up on the idea of getting all their shit geared out.
It is not outside the realm of possibility that the first quest reward you will get in the expansion will replace everything you have. Like, we don't know that that won't happen.
Right. Yeah. I
It
mean,
very well could. And so to work so hard for it seems kind of rolling a dice.
yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, some of these people have been in, turn 13.
Oh, yeah, it's just something new to, yeah.
Now, there's actually stuff they want to get all their stuff from there, right? But, like...
Yeah, it makes sense. Plus, the vanity is really cool.
Yeah.
And you'll always have that, yeah.
Yeah. But you can always go back and do it later, right?
Maybe. We're not sure about that completely.
Time to switch it up. Stay down.
I mean, I'm literally doing this because I can like, that's it. Like, I really like the
Out of my way.
content, but I'm forced to do like the 2 easier fights because
Right.
I haven't cleared the 2 harder ones yet. Also, I'm like terrified of turn 13, so I haven't been in there yet. But it scares the bejesus out of me. So I want to highlight for you because you'll enjoy this. We were talking earlier about like not executing mechanics that are probably easier not executed.
Yeah.
There is some trash. It's like literally 6 or 7 mobs at the beginning of turn 10, and with a perfectly executed Dragoon leap or like some sort of move you can do with a ninja, you can skip those mobs, right? Because after you do that, there's like this path. All these like mobs that are pathing, and the person that jumps over the first set can then run through that entire path, skipping everything else in the entire instance, and then they can click on the thing that opens up the shortcut.
Oh, the teleporter? Okay. I was like, yeah, is there a teleporter? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, basically you can skip everything. Now, you can do that regardless of whether or not you do the first pull. Because, like, after you do the first pull, there's one of those little slingshot things that shoots you down to the
And you can still run fast?
Yeah. And the first pull takes, like, 12 seconds to do. The running around doing all the other bullshit takes, like, 2 minutes to do.
Okay.
So, for a couple minutes, everybody's just sitting there, waiting for this person to run through. But no, we don't bother to kill the 6 mobs.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't make any sense.
You cause your gear durability loss, Kevin, so... But killing shit, no, I don't know. Well, back before mobs dropped any gil, we had to be very careful about that when we farmed cash from them and skip every single piece of trash we could, because we could run out of money trying to farm tomes. Their gear would be too damaged.
Actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but no. Once they made it so that all monsters drop money like a regular modern game, like it should have been. That was okay.
Good call. Keep up with me, Hope.
tank I did this with the other night was like unbelievable. So the off-tank's role in this fight is really cool. I don't know if you've read up on it at all or not.
No.
But like the boss will turn and charge the group. You have to like kind of stack based on some mechanics. And so the off-tank's job is to run over and keep that charge as the first line of defense. Basically the charge people, like, and every person it hits, it kind of lessens the impact of the charge on the next person. So the off-tank wants to be the first person in the line to eat the charge, and you want to have a couple people stacked in between the person who ultimately gets charged and the boss. So that's all the off-tank really does, and it's not super complicated. Until you get into the second phase, where there's this ability the boss casts on rotation that basically can hit anybody except for the main tank and drastically increases the amount of damage they take. So if the off-tank happens to get targeted by that, it means that he can't take the charge, and you have to do like a taunt switch.
Yeah.
The light and
but because of gear and everything else, like that phase doesn't repeat nearly as much as it did when this content was new. So it's really unlikely that, like,
we're just leeches.
For reasons, it's really unlikely that the off-tank is going to have to eat more than one of those.
Yeah, that's rough.
Nurture us.
So it's really unlikely that you're going to have to do more than one tank swap. And so the way that
treat us like we're
he got around that was he would just, the first one he would just hollow mag.
Like we're pets.
So even though he should die, he just gets reduced to 1 health and lives. So basically we never had to worry about that tank swap, which is actually really difficult for the main tank to get there in time. But this guy's not doing that, so...
just pets.
Yeah.
That's it. Now it makes sense.
Anyway. Yeah, this guy's not doing that, so it's making it a lot harder on me.
I'm so blind.
I didn't realize just how much harder until
I was born into a
somebody
Fal'Cie world.
do that.
Raised on a Fal'Cie leash. It was the only life I knew how to live. When it was taken from me, I was completely lost. Without a master to follow, my life had no
That's basically the
purpose.
part of this fight that's really cool. Everything else is just pedantic.
Hope, listen to me.
Oh.
This Lassie curse, it took everything from me. My future, my dreams. I didn't want to think. So I fought instead. As long as I was fighting, nothing else was real. I was running away. And you, Hope. You got swept along with me.
But Lightning, I don't understand.
Operation Nora is over.
What?
No!
You told me to fight!
I made a mistake!
But... you can't do this. You can't just build something up like that, then abandon me.
I won't abandon you. I won't.
Can't just throw in the towel. supposed to just forget about all this? So what do we do now? We're XIII, taking time bombs, enemies of Cocoon. If we can't follow the plan, do we just lay down and die?
I didn't mean we should give up.
Then what battles do we fight? And against who? Tell me that!
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet!
That's right. I don't know yet. But I do know we can't lose hope.
Hope? There is no hope. Not for XIII.
There's you.
It's my name. Not who I am.
I was just like you. My parents died. I had to be strong for Sarah, so I thought I needed to forget my past. And I became Lightning. I thought that by changing my name, I could change who I was. I was just a kid. Lightning. It flashes bright, then fades away. It can't protect. It only destroys. Sarah tried to tell me, but I wouldn't listen.
There you are.
If you really are XIII, it's my job to deal with you.
Typical.
I threatened her.
Come on, Slowpoke.
Sorry. You got held up.
Where have you been?
I am really late, huh?
The only one who believed her was Snow.
Don't say it! Don't say his name. It brings everything back. I keep playing it in my head. What happened to her? And then I see his stupid face and he's smiling. How can he smile when she's dead? I know! There's nothing I can do about it. I hate knowing that. No matter what happens, she's not coming back. When I was fighting, there was no time to think about it. It felt good just to give in. But now you start talking about hope. I'm sorry, I messed up.
It's my fault.
BRB.
What was that?
Let's go! You're open! Thanks.
Slightly melty ice cream for the win.
Whoa.
I'm gonna watch some of your Final Fantasy. I'll wait till this group go back up.
Just make sure you mute it, unless you want to hear yourself.
Talk to your dad.
What? Why?
Fighting without hope is no way to live. It's just a way to die. I want you to find the hope you were named for. Staying alive, I can help you with, but I can't give you hope. If you go to see your father.
Yeah, that's super
You
pretty.
think meeting my dad will make anything better? He's never listened to a word I've said. He'll never believe all this Lassie stuff. Snow believed Sarah, didn't he?
Yeah.
Ooh, cutscene.
Convened emergency conference. The Sanctum announced that the fugitive Lassie have been located.
Yeah.
The military plans to apprehend the Lassie and carry out a public execution. These images coming to you live from the scene in
Cuts into a
Palo.
cutscene.
These are Lassie. Show no mercy. They aren't people. They're targets.
Start running.
What?
I'll keep him busy.
But...
You survive.
That's some crowd. Gonna need a plan.
Since when have heroes ever needed plans?
Thing.
Huh?
About to see the dude summon Shiva by shooting her. Ride his motorcycle down Shiva's ice? Hell yes.
Seems appropriate.
Move! Take us off! Yeah!
Oh, that's so sick.
It is a badass cutscene, holy shit.
Whoa!
Take care of him.
Lightning, listen to me.
Get moving.
No, you don't understand. Sarah's all right. She'll turn back.
Take care of Hope.
Wait!
And then there were three.
They're here! Hold it!
Gotta go.
Oh, Shiva is the
So how you
motorcycle.
been?
Of course.
One's down!
Take cover! I got this one. That's it! Right, come over! Cool 'em off! Way to go. I can take it. How about this? 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 Shiva! Show 'em how it's done! What's up?
Where have you been?
I got taken in.
Wait, what?
Not by enemies. It was the cavalry, not SciComm. Leader's name is Rains. He said he'd lend us Lassie a hand. So now, your hero is back.
Why would the army help us? That doesn't make sense.
The military's got all kinds. Not all of them like the Sanctum. Don't worry. I'll handle the bad guys. Come on.
Tracks. Is that some kind of Lassie power?
Yeah, you get that tungsten bangle.
Yeah, dude, I had to replace. He had a silver one. I'm gonna DE the silver one. Because the tungsten was more.
Yeah, I've not reached the part in the fight where I don't have to pay attention anymore because I understand
Okay,
what the hell
good.
this tank's doing,
Good.
so I can just like watch you play farming coil.
You have to learn how to this guy work. This character hasn't been in the story for like 13 hours of gameplay, so no memory of how to use it.
Nothing to worry about. Thanks, Hope. Thanks, Hope.
Does that guy like
Yeah, I don't.
only with like...
Yeah, he's a tank, but I guess I need my. He can't attack, but he's supposed to be able to counter when he gets hit. He's not really doing it.
Point for me.
I just like that he looks like some big
Yeah.
guy that
You know that coat you have, the Bohemian's coat? He's from this game. He's wearing it. You kind of see the scarf hanging down his leg. A little bit.
How about this?
Yes, love it when I do that right. So every once in a while I get like the boss mechanics right, so that I know that like when the next ability is gonna come, that I'm gonna have to tank buster, that I'm gonna have to eat or whatever. And so when that happens, I just like precast. And then I feel super badass because I just precasted a tank buster. So you know,
That's
it'll
good.
come off cooldown again a little bit faster. Yeah. But it also just makes me feel good that I don't have to like react. Which is important.
whole town's a mess. Stuck with him.
How about this? You see that? Try that on me. Oh, follow my lead. How about this? I can take it. Well, come on! Follow my lead! partner.
Later!
Thanks, Hope. Thanks, partner. You see that?
What am I doing?
We fight and we survive! Now you're gonna get it! How about this? How about this? Point for me! Anytime!
Thanks, partner. How about this? How about this? come on! How about this? How about this? No problem.
This is just a part of Operation Nora.
Wrapped up and ready! I can take it. Nice one. Later. How about this?
Too late to run!
How about this? No problem.
for the right moment.
We fight and we survive! Well, come on! Anytime! Thanks, Hope! Hope, follow my lead! I can take it. Time to switch, kiddo. You see that? It's all about teamwork. Thanks, partner. Hang in there, buddy. Time to switch, kiddo. It's all about teamwork. How about this? No problem.
As long as I have a goal, I can fight.
I think we're almost there.
Sorry, I was AFK. I'm back now.
No, that's alright.
You've changed, haven't you? Seems like you've toughened up.
I'm a Lassie. I had to.
Yeah, the only ones that ought to be fighting the army are us dumb grown-ups.
You think it's stupid to fight?
It is if you get killed. Anyway, just lay low. Let the dummies duke it out. The army's no match for Nora, right?
He was smiling.
it's me. What's up?
You damn well know what's up!
Why haven't you called in?
Sorry, slipped my mind.
Ugh, right. What's your status?
Great.
Do you have my stream open right now?
Hope's great too.
Yeah.
Are you all
Have a look
I'm great, you're
at
great,
the
everybody's
tampons they're using as
Reunion
cell
time.
phones.
Yes, I see that.
What is this? What is
Don't
that?
sweat it.
It's the
That
future of
line's
cell
not
phones,
now.
Kevin. It's just going to be two tampons tied together.
Hey, sis.
It's the future of cell
Is that you?
phones.
I'm not your sister.
This city's under our jurisdiction. We're the ones defending it. We should have a say in what's done to protect it.
Attention all units. Ignore all fire zone restrictions. Fire.
Weird, yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
Whatever
other
it
than-
takes to kill the
I don't
Lassie.
either.
Over.
I don't know what to do with that information.
Whatever it takes! You want to start a war in the streets? Civilians are still evacuating. The collateral we're talking about is unacceptable. You don't know what it's like out there!
You don't understand why we're here. Who do you think it is? Terrified of Pulse and begging us to kill the sea. It's not the Sanctum. It's not us. It's the people.
This game's kind of interesting because there's not an overarching villain. The
We'll
real
meet at Hope's
villain
place.
is the tyranny
Felix
of the
Heights,
majority.
35A.
The people.
See you there.
They constantly
Well, so
are.
it's like a...
They're constantly
Burn on
blaming.
China.
Yeah, they're constantly
care of
blaming
Hope.
the ignorance and
All
fear
over.
of the people
And I'll tell you more about Sarah
as
when we
the
meet
ultimate
up.
source of
I found
corruption
she can turn
and
back.
racism
There's still hope.
and social problems.
Listen to me. It's about Hope. His mother was...
Because basically the game opens where your character's on a literal train,
Hope!
literally
Answer
going
me!
to like a concentration
Yelling
camp,
doesn't fix it.
like a straight up
It's
Holocaust
called
analogy.
interference.
They round up these
You can
quote unquote
chit-chat when we
tainted
get
people.
there.
They put them on a train and then
I've
they
got
execute
point.
them
You fall
outside
in
of the city.
And see if you can't cool off that head of yours.
And you escape from the train on your way to be
And you get
executed.
to like walk around with a dildo.
Yeah, and then you have a dildo phone.
Yeah, it looks like it like DP you. It's got some like adjusting things it can
It's
do.
weird.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
I can't believe they just introduced a new character. I have to spend like 10 minutes, oh my god, figuring this new character out, really.
Oh shit. So, you were right about healing on PS4. Apparently, it's really, really fucking hard.
I can't imagine how one would do such a thing.
So, I'm sure you've watched the videos for all these fights, but I'm spamming turn 10.
No, I have not.
Okay. So there's a mechanic called Prey, and it basically needs to be shielded or like bad shit happens. I don't know. I don't play heal, so I don't really know. But like the thing is, gear and whatnot and everything else, people are so good now that people are so good now that like a scholar can get, like there are two that come out. There's supposed to be one for each healer, but a scholar can get both of them if they're really good. And so all the scholars we've been having in this farm group tonight have been just getting both of them, right? And so John came to fill in towards the end of the night just because we needed a healer, and then like we had a DPS. John came to fill in, and we got a tank from the FC to fill in. Anyway, like nobody told him that he was supposed to do both of them.
Oh, so yeah.
He was just doing one, and then like somebody said something to him about it. It's like about doing two, and he was like, "What the fuck? Who does two? There are two healers." Like, healer can do one.
Cause yeah, used to.
Yeah, and then their response was, well, all the other healers hadn't been doing it, and then he was like, "Yes, all the other healers, not the DPS that are playing as healers on a TV."
Right,
It's like,
right.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's funny.
And I don't know why, but the fact that he said on a TV just made me lose my shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I never just fully appreciated the fact that, yeah, she's playing on a fucking TV, right? Alright, I've seen the Ring of Defending drop 5 times, and every time somebody else has had it.
Oh.
Well, because somebody always has it to their primary, and then they get it, and like, they just cry.
Yeah.
Whatever. I think I picked up some random piece of gear the other night.
For like not your paladin? For your paladin.
Yeah, because like people let stuff in the floor
random.
every once in a while.
Right.
Yeah. There's been some stuff that I would have picked up, like 3 pieces of healing gear dropped that have all hit the floor that I didn't pick up because I didn't know if anybody else wanted it. Like the healing head and the healing neck, I think. Yeah. Because a lot of times people will queue on healer to get DPS gear.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because they can do the fight.
Because they can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
don't
there's
know.
like a higher clear percentage too.
Yeah. Although I don't think I actually need any gear on my healer except for a ring, a 130 ring.
Oh, for best in spot.
Well,
yeah,
I have 130. I have 130 full everything except one ring. It's 120. But I mean, there's probably lower item level stuff that's best in slot, I would assume. But as far as item level, it's missing one ring.
Yeah, I mean, so there's probably some stuff you can get that's slightly better.
Probably, yeah. Like a side worm or whatever. What do you call it? A side grade.
Yeah, like a slight upgrade of the same item level, right? Or situationally better.
Yeah, like I think the Ramu necklace might be better. Or no, that's 115, isn't it?
Yeah, it's... I don't think anything else is 130
except for, yeah, coil.
Yeah, and it's only final coil, like 115 weapons
right.
drop on turn 9. So
yeah, it's still not better.
Come on then!
It's really... God damn it, I hate these fuckers with their... Damn 135 weapons. 130 weapons. Killing me, so I'm like... constantly having to worry about my red. For all these fights would be so much easier. I'm like, I've strongly considered now a couple times getting that 130 weapon because I have all the stuff for it. And it's gonna be a while before I get my...
I know, because it's RNG.
Yeah. Well, and you know, it's just, I mean, I've got like 4 or 5 to go, I think. I have at least 4.
Just, you've come so far and you're so close. It seems silly to spend the poetics.
Zeta, but
yeah, I know you are, but I know it's tempting. You just want to get the sword.
Because I can farm turn 10 to get boots, which is the only 120 left side I have left. And then it's just 110 right side. I think is the only thing that I have to upgrade, and I can also get that from here. That's the ring that's dropped. So like, the coil thing I'm most comfortable doing, I can replace all those pieces. So then it's just, if I poetics cap every week, then, you know, I'll have whatever I have for my mage. So like, it's not a whole lot of hurt, but there's just something about the principle of it where it's like I can do all this content, albeit barely, with my 115 gear, you know, so is it really worth it? You know? But on turn 11, it's like every time there's some fucking range DPS that's like best in slot all the way across, like usually Bard, they just fucking open up and like obliterate mine and pull it off me, and there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, I know.
Black
Bard
Ninja
has
do it
insane
too.
burst. Both Black Ninja and Bard have insane burst.
Yeah,
Probably
Black
really
Ninja
any
is like a
class.
spike where it's like,
Well,
there's a
Monk
Black
takes a
Ninja
while to
spike,
get
like
going.
2100.
I think Monk is more sustained.
Yeah.
But like nothing
They
compares to
go
the
next.
Bard. And I've noticed the Bard has a ton of burst as well.
Yeah.
Well, the
Black
first
Mage I was playing with in 11, he got like something like 2100 or 2300 DPS spikes at the beginning of fights, and it was like really
Wow.
hard. Like,
yeah.
Time for a change.
Don't want to lose, do ya?
Don't get predictable.
oh shit. I feel like there's something I fuck up every time I do this. There's like a little swap thing, and every time I do it wrong. Every time I do it, like I end up using extra cooldown that I don't feel like I shouldn't. Dude, this game is so beautiful that you're playing. Like, it's just retarded pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking good. Here, I'll show you a small thing. If you go to your character status, right? As you go through the characters, look at the little animation of the faces that go through as you check each character's stat. You'll see it in a second. But they have a little, like, the character kind of looks at the screen. It's really cool.
Oh wow, that's like real life.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice little, like, nice little animation they do with the characters' faces.
It works because of the speed at which it's executed,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's nice.
only for a couple frames.
Yeah, but it's nice.
But like,
It's just like a tiny
Man,
little
they
thing
look so
like
good.
that, and yeah,
yeah, it looks so good in general though. Man,
I know.
so good.
And this game was so while ago. Like, it's PS3.
Well, when you do, when the combat doesn't require like interactive combat, it's like a whole different game, right? Like,
Right, you can
really
just,
pretty it
it's,
up.
yes, I mean, this game's made fun of because, like, I saw a stream of it a few weeks ago that was like, FF13, the 20-hour movie version, where, like, if you put the combat on easy, you literally just press A and go through the whole game.
Right. And that's cool, but like that's not what this game's about, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's an old school RPG style, game with just modern graphics. I mean, so much so that when you go to like a quest or whatever that thing is, it's called interference. Like, it looks like a fucking picture.
Yeah, it does.
Right? Like,
Here comes another cutscene. But yeah, it's pretty damn good. And I really like the story. You have to read it, though.
Who are you?
wow, that could have been really bad. I was watching your screen while we were doing this mechanic, and I accidentally
Oops.
pulled
Where
aggro
do
off
I
the
start?
off tank.
Oops.
I've got a few screws loose, but I'm a Lassie, same as you.
Hmm?
Difference being, I wasn't born on Cocoon. I'm from Grand Pulse, the world below you all hate so much. My partner and I turned a crystal there and gone to sleep. But when we came around, here we were. The reason Cocoon's in such an uproar is the same reason you're here now. Vanille and I woke up.
Sweet CGI cutscene.
You will be moved to a secure location.
The Sanctum follows Fal'Cie orders. It's not just after Lassie. They'll target civilians and purge everyone who's a threat.
More innocents get killed.
You can't take the blame for that.
Someone has to.
can still save him. We let loose and bring the army to us.
Best cutscenes.
Draw their fire.
I'm supposed to protect you.
Yeah, this one's just talking. That one with Shiva was insane. With the motorcycle. Well, Shiva turns into the motorcycle. That was amazing.
I try to save everyone. So, Hope, are you with me on this? You just need to look out for yourself.
You have to admit, this adds a certain level of complexity to doing this shit. Watching you play
Yeah,
while playing
yeah,
the game.
I'd say that would.
It was nothing.
Wrapped up and ready! You see that? Hold! Follow my lead! How about this? Later! Time to switch, kiddo. No problem.
For your own safety, a mandatory citywide evacuation has been ordered. Please remain calm and proceed as directed by security force personnel. Should you witness any suspicion...
No problem.
Thank you in advance for your cooperation and swift compliance.
Wrapped up and ready. No problem.
What was that all about?
Got enough problems without you causing more. Got enough problems without you causing more. All these people want to kill us, don't they?
Bring it on! How about this? No problem.
There you are.
Dad, how many times do I have to tell you to stay where you are when we get separated?
I'm sorry. I promise I won't wander off anymore.
I repeat. Citizens, a state of emergency has been declared. Sanctum military operations will be commencing with...
Oh man, I don't know if I can be in this FC anymore. I might have to defect to yours, Adam.
What?
Everyone's talking super positive about Budweiser.
In this area momentarily. For your own safety, mandatory citywide evacuation has been ordered. Please remain calm and... Proceed as directed by security force personnel. Should you witness any suspicious activity, please alert the nearest uniformed soldier. Thank you in advance for your cooperation and swift compliance.
It's all about teamwork. Anytime. Time to switch, kiddo. How about this? It's all about teamwork. You see that? How about this? Thanks, partner. Later! You see that? Not good.
Is there a problem? Now why don't you just calm down?
Now what's going on?
I've got you.
I am a Pulse Lassie! I'm here to kill you all!
What are you doing?
Clearing the area. They'll open fire on a crowd. Doesn't matter who dies. Just wipe them all out.
So many of them. Are they really that afraid of us?
Shiva! Show them how it's done! Later! We do this together! Let's ride! Ice them over! Feel the cold? Cool them off! Way to go.
You're mine.
Let's see what you got.
Save the girl! Call the army!
Don't you touch her!
Protect Cocoon!
It's okay! You're okay now!
This is our town! Get out of here!
Oh, great.
You better run, Lassie scum! No mercy! We can take him! Why'd you have to ruin him? Kill the Lassie! Careful now! I'm not afraid of you!
Help
That was
us!
magic!
We don't stand a chance. We can't fight that.
I'm sorry.
Time to go.
Stop them! Empty those clips! Fire!
We gotta stay ahead of them. We walk from here. Time's a wasting. Felix Heights is that way, right? Still pretty far. A great place for family living. So they say. Looks like it actually might be, huh?
Yeah, well, the Sea don't have family.
Hey, listen to me, kid. I'm an orphan. I barely got to know my family. But someday, I'm gonna have my own. Once I save Sarah and protect Cocoon.
How exactly?
It's a good question. I want to do what's right, but everyone hates l'Cie. Kinda hard to help someone that's trying to kill you. It'll be tough. But everything will work out in the end. As long as we stay together and hold on to hope.
We don't have any. The l'Cie's only hope is a quick death. Hold on to hope. Yeah, right.
Hey, wait up! How about this? Anytime. It's all about teamwork. Thanks, Hope. You see that? Thanks, partner. Hope, follow my lead. How about this? It's all about teamwork. You're mine.
Oh yeah.
All your guys just hit people with their hands. That's their move.
That's you only control one character at a time.
Oh, okay.
So
like they don't have weapons. They just like.
This one guy that I happen to be controlling is the punching dude. When you play as Lightning, she has a sword. I played as the little kid a little while ago. And he just casts. He's like a wizard, casts magic spells.
Lightning bolt.
Right. That's exactly what he's doing to this motorcycle. Which seems to make sense. Although the motorcycle is weak to lightning. Yep. Yeah, wow, last time I fought that motorcycle I got one shot by the Gatling gun. As long as I activate my tank ability, it looks like you can tank it. With cooldowns.
Oh man. I can see why fucking farming turns is such a pain in the ass. Like, not really caring a whole lot about it. It just so happens that this turn is pretty easy and it drops the shit I need. Like, that I get all my gear up. So I've been doing it whenever I see a party finder that I know.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like, you know, like, not no, but like, oh, I've done party finders with this person before who starts it up. And, like, groups are usually pretty good, that kind of thing. But it's like I've done, like, fucking several days of farming and I have yet to see it. I've only seen the loot that I wanted one time. And I was in primary and I was secondary. And I've seen the ring that I've wanted, like, 5 times. And I was in primary and I was secondary. So... I don't know if you've been in any of these groups that do that, but like, basically call the loot you want.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Time to switch,
really easy.
It's me you want!
The one thing I wish this guy would do, he doesn't do.
It's all about teamwork.
This guy, like a lot of the other guys that run the runs, they'll tell you if something is free. You can roll on it.
Right.
This guy doesn't do that, so like it slows everything down because you don't give immediately back in.
Right.
Other than that, like most of the groups I've been in, they hardly ever wipe, so.
Time to switch, kiddo. How about this? How about this? I can
this is the kind of main farming that I was hoping to do with you. What are you doing? Farming the same dungeon.
Give me 1 sec.
Sure.
this to me. I can take it.
I'm pathetic.
How about this? There's gotta be something around here. How about this? Try that on me. It's all about you. Thanks, partner. I can take it.
Time to switch, kiddo. How about this?
Not yet.
Anytime. Shiva! How about this? We do this together! Cool 'em off! Way to go. That's what I'm talking about. I kind of have a thing for heights. Follow my lead! Time to switch, kiddo. How about this? Anytime. Lights out! Try that on me. How about this? Thanks, Hope. It's me you want! I can take it. How about this? Follow my lead! Thanks, partner. How about this? Thanks, Hope. Thanks, partner. Hope?
It's all about teamwork.
It's me you want!
Time to switch, kiddo.
Paradigm shift. Do it. Do it. Get that paradigm.
It's all about teamwork.
Or as I like to call it, a paradigm.
Paradigm. Like Digimon.
How about this?
Taking you in.
Ah!